Hi, hello, Mr. Foe.
Hello.
Please excuse my voice. I'm like sick. All right, so we're gonna be planning for when the kids come back after spring break. Okay. So we'll be on Unit 5, Week 2, and the standards that we're gonna focus on is cause and effects. Okay. So when the kids read the story, we're gonna be trying to teach them and having them understand how one event links to another event. Okay? Which is just going to be the first time them learning this.
Yes.
So they're going to need a lot of probably more hands-on, and how we'll break it up, because I was looking at the story earlier on today. There's 3 chapters. So we'll probably hold their hands to maybe chapter 1 and 2, and then gradually release them with chapter 3. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right, so when I looked at cause and effect, what I wanted to do, which we normally do, we go to the unit assessment to see how the kids are going to be assessed for this standard. So let me go ahead and pull that up. I just had it here. 1 second.
That's all it says.
Oh, here it is. Okay. So for Unit 5, Week 2, we go straight to the questions, right? So Kurt says the sun looks small because, so making that connection. And then you look at all of the other questions. They start with a why. Right? So why does the teacher take the class on the trip? Why did the teacher make the spaceship go up so high? So every question starts with a why. So when we're teaching it next week, that's how we're going to teach cause and effect. We're going to ask, why did this happen? And then they're going to be able to answer that. Okay? Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay, so let's go to the actual book. And like I said, when we read it, it's divided into 3 chapters. And I took some notes down for chapter 1 of possible questions that we can ask them in their journal. Okay, sorry. So for chapter 1, in order to implement their understanding, we can play the video, which we normally do on cause and effect, so they can understand the linking between 2 events.
Okay.
Right? And then to help them understand, we can have them draw a picture, right? So maybe in one picture, they could show them running too fast, and then in the next picture, they fall, right? So you can have them create like a scenario in their head where 2 events kind of go together, as an opening of the lesson to help them understand, just like how this happens in everyday life, we can also find it in the story, okay? So when something happens, that can cause something else to happen. So that's an activity that you can do with them as a class, okay? Then we'll go straight to the book. And as I was looking through it, the story is pretty much about a family that's building a home, and they are asking the sun to stay in the sky. And so really it's almost like a folk tale, because it kind of explains why the sun has to set. Because at the end of the story, the sun pretty much tells them, no, I have to rest, and you have to rest too. Okay, so in chapter 1, the mom and dad are building, but the children, they have to play pretend house. So I was thinking for chapter 1, the question that we can ask is, why do the children have to make pretend house nearby, right? And then the reason for that, right, would be because obviously they're not old enough to handle the tools that their parents are making.